The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Admiral Kex reviewed the latest intelligence reports. For 3 centuries, the reptilian Vorthak Empire had dominated this sector of space, their scaled faces bearing expressions of supreme confidence. They ruled over 17 star systems with an iron fist, their technology considered the pinnacle of advancement. Humans, Kex muttered, his forked tongue flicking dismissively. Another fairy tale from the Outer Rim traders. The assembled council. Members chittered in agreement. Stories of bipedal mammals who supposedly wielded incredible technology had circulated for decades among the merchant classes. Tales spoke of beings who breathed oxygen, lived on water-covered worlds, and possessed an inexplicable ability to adapt to any environment. Most amusing of all were the claims that these mythical creatures could somehow match Vorthak military might. Commander Vel, Kex's chief military advisor, activated the holographic display. The reports describe creatures with only 2 arms, 2 legs, and soft skin. They allegedly build vessels larger than our dreadnoughts and travel faster than our best scouts. He paused, allowing the chamber to erupt in laughter. Clearly, these are elaborate fabrications designed to frighten children. The laughter died abruptly when Captain Roy burst through the chamber doors, his breathing apparatus struggling to process the heavy atmosphere. Behind him followed 3 other beings, their faces pale beneath transparent helmets. They wore simple, gray uniforms that seemed almost primitive compared to the ornate armor of the Vorthak. "I am Captain Roy of the Terran Federation," the lead figure announced calmly. "We've come to discuss territorial boundaries." The council chamber erupted in chaos. Kex's claws extended involuntarily as he processed what he was seeing. The mythical humans stood before them, flesh and blood, their strange eyes scanning the room with unsettling intelligence. "Impossible," Vel whispered. "You cannot exist." Roy tilted his head slightly. "Yet here we stand. Your expansion into the Kepler systems has displaced 3 Federation colonies. We require your immediate withdrawal." Admiral Kex recovered his composure, drawing himself to his full height of 3 meters. "You dare make demands of the Vorthak Empire? We who have conquered 17 systems? We who possess weapons that can crack planets?" "We've reviewed your military capabilities," Roy replied without emotion. "They're impressive for this region. However, they won't be sufficient." The arrogance of these creatures astounded Kex. He activated his personal communicator. "Fleet Command, prepare the 3rd Armada for immediate deployment. Target coordinates the Kepler system." Roy nodded to his companions. One of them, a female named Lisa, stepped forward. "Admiral, you might want to reconsider. Our fleet is already positioned throughout your territory." The main viewing screen flickered to life, displaying space around the Vorthak homeworld. Where empty void had existed moments before, massive vessels materialized. Ships longer than Vorthak space stations hung in perfect formation, their hulls gleaming with unknown alloys. The display showed similar scenes around every major Vorthak world. "Cloaking technology," Vel breathed. "Advanced beyond our understanding." "How many ships?" Kex demanded, though his voice had lost its commanding tone. The 3rd human, introducing himself as Commander Tom, consulted a device on his wrist. "Currently deployed in this sector, approximately 1,200 vessels. The remainder of the 5th Fleet is maintaining position at the border." "Remainder?" Kex's scales paled. "How many ships do you possess?" Roy exchanged glances with his team. "The Federation maintains 47 active fleets. Each fleet consists of roughly 1,500 ships." The mathematics struck the Vorthak Council like a physical blow. The humans possessed more than 70,000 warships, each apparently superior to Vorthak technology. The entire Vorthak Navy numbered fewer than 800 vessels. "Your demands," Kex said quietly, his earlier bravado evaporating. "Withdrawal from the Kepler systems within 72 hours. Reparations for displaced colonists. Formal recognition of Federation territorial boundaries." Roy's tone remained conversational, as if discussing weather rather than the fate of an empire. Commander Vel stepped forward. "What guarantees do we have that you won't simply destroy us once we comply?" Lisa smiled, the expression somehow more unsettling than any threat. "Admiral, if we wanted your destruction, this conversation wouldn't be happening. The Federation prefers peaceful coexistence when possible." "And when it's not possible?" Kex asked. Tom gestured toward the viewing screen, where human vessels maintained their ominous formations. 3 systems in the Andromeda sector learned that answer last year. They chose aggression over diplomacy. "What happened to them? They no longer exist," Roy stated simply. The chamber fell silent except for the hum of life support systems. The Vorthak had built their reputation on crushing weaker species, expanding through superior firepower and ruthless tactics. Now they faced beings who made their greatest achievements look like children's toys. 72 hours, Kex repeated. 71 hours and 43 minutes now, Tom corrected, still consulting his device. Roy stepped forward. "Admiral, your people can continue to thrive and grow. The Federation has no interest in conquest or subjugation. We simply require that expansion doesn't occur at the expense of our citizens." As the humans turned to leave, Kex called out, "Captain Roy, how long have your people been watching us?" Roy paused at the chamber entrance. "Since your first interstellar flight, Admiral. We've been waiting for you to mature enough for formal contact." The massive chamber doors sealed behind the departing humans, leaving the Vorthak Council in stunned silence. Outside their windows, the impossible fleet maintained its patient vigil, a reminder that the galaxy was far larger and more dangerous than they had ever imagined. The age of Vorthak expansion had ended not with battle or conquest, but with the simple realization that they were children playing in a universe full of giants.